Back down, they block. The 60 goes around. Briscoe hard into the wall.
Back and show you exactly what happened. Yeah, he's loose.
Yeah, you get up off of turn 4. A lot of times you call push out to the wall. You go give. Oh, wow. Goodness. Man.
Tell you what, Travis Pastrana would have been proud of that in one of his jumps.
And look how well the car held up.
Yeah. This is the angle that really shows it.
Yeah, you can see right here where it hits, where you have the pavement for that little short track they have here on the front straightaway, and you can see right there when it came down in.
You can see right there it did bend the whole front section of that the bodywork.
Now while
and there goes Theriault hard into the wall. And that's Reddick in the 19 that had the problem that kicked it all off with Theriault as he comes grinding to a halt on the front straightaway after a huge, heavy impact here on the front stretch.
There's Reddick high in turn 4, loose. Just about has his truck saved, and along comes Theriault. Look at that right front tire.
Yeah, really nothing Austin can do. And
all.
Tyler Reddick, he was just fighting to regain control of his truck.
I don't know. We didn't see if anything maybe clipped Reddick and sent him sliding sideways. We just caught it as he was up there fighting for control of that.
He's rubbing pretty good. He's had some major contact. Big crash.
Right up in front of Bliss, and Bliss just pops it.
We just blew it. He got run into. We're in the wall. We're on fire. Need to get out, Denny. Go ahead, jump out. It is on fire.
See one of the rear springs stuck in the nose. I don't know if that's his rear spring.
I would say that's where Bliss ran up in the back of it and drove it up, knocked it out of there.
Bouncing it off the fence.
Yeah, right there's where it started. You see that damage, and it started rubbing the tire.
That was just after he had passed Brendan Gaughan. And here's, as he goes down into turn 1, that tire lets go right in front of Mike Bliss.
And these guys are all racing as hard as they can because there's 5 laps to go. And Mike Bliss just didn't have any idea this 20 car was going to go in the fence like that.
Trouble the 42 guys, turn 2. We have trouble on the racetrack. Rusty Wallace, Jeff Gordon in the 24 car. Bunch of cars, more cars.
Mike Skinner.
They can't. Nobody can see. There's so much smoke they can't see where to go. Now Ryan Newman in the 12, he will get this lap back, so he'll be back on the lead lap with a lot of the lead lap cars over there crashed.
Oh, they're all wadded up over there. There's cars everywhere.
Mostly Mike Skinner, Rusty Wallace, and Jeff Gordon.
5 cars involved. Let's have a look here in turn 2. I think that yellow car on the inside gets in. Yeah, it gets up into Rusty.
That's Mike Skinner in the Skinner.
And here comes the Gordon. He's in the smoke. He has no idea where anybody is, and he gets into the Skinner's car.
You know, Darrell, that's right there in turn 2. We've seen that a lot. That's what happened with Dale Jarrett and Steve Park. It's like the car in the bottom just can't stick there and gets into the car up above it.
Larry, when you enter turn 1 here, you can just really stay in the throttle and carry a lot of speed down into that corner. But right in the center, when the car needs to rotate, if it doesn't cut for you, it slides up a little bit. Here comes Gordo. He can't see. There's so much smoke right there. You can't even see his car. He has no idea where anybody is.
We couldn't see it, so you know he couldn't see out of that smoke.
And you know,
To bring the 39 in and clean up, and there he is racing with Ty Gibbs up the track, and around he goes. Brett Moffitt, Sheldon Creed trying to avoid.
Joey, and you talked about that earlier.
Right there.
Oh, trouble on the back. The car's around.
John Andretti spins down to the inside after hard contact with the wall. Oh, he gets slammed hard.
Tim Sauter in the 36 car. Hard hit.
Man, did you hear that?
That was a hard lick.
And what a break that was for Gordon, but look on the high side. Oh, Gordon comes up.
Oh, he got Kenton. Oh, and there goes Jeff. Jeff's in the end.
You can see Ware high on the racetrack, just coming into the screen.
You saw it shot up right there. He got loose behind those cars, got up in the marbles, and just lost it.
Now, he does his job. He's got his brakes on, and coming to a stop, the car's going to naturally slide down the bank a bit, and Bubba's trying to tuck to the bottom. Man.
You could tell they're just committed on that outside line. You're wide open. I mean, clear past, you know, even before the apex of the corner, you're wide open. You could just see they just couldn't react fast enough. Tons of damage to both of those race cars.
Huge damage for the 6 and the 42 of Justin Marks, the other one involved.
Oh, trouble.
Uh-oh. Ooh, that's Danica Patrick and Michael McDowell. Oh, man, she's torn up pretty bad.
We're driving on the ramp again here.
And that's a second wreck today for Michael. We saw him spin on the straightaway there and get into the wall, and now it looks like he's had another issue and collected Danica Patrick. Get that one back out today.
Have a look.
What happens here? Go off down the corner. It looks like Michael's losing a little bit of speed. She runs in there pretty snug on him. She said he turned down, but it looked to me like she ran in there and there just wasn't enough room. I think she slid up just a little bit and got into the left rear of Michael. And they went for a ride.
No turn signals on these cars.
No,
Judging intentions can be a little tough without hand signal out the window.
Track goes to 32, catches the 6, and around goes Justin Lofton. Hits the 13 of Johnny Sauter. They crash right at the start-finish line, and they catch the 32 of Miguel Paludo.
Wow. That was a huge crash.
Yeah, and that was a long time in developing, too. Look
at James Busher just barely slipping by. Johnny Sauter not so fortunate. And watch Miguel Paludo. He's watching what's going on. Going to make a move here to the inside. But then he had one coming up from the bottom as well. Just barely gets hit, though. Not a lot of damage. Good job by Paludo.
That was incredible.
Whoa, trouble. 2 cars around.
Great story.
A lot of cars.
Watch your inside. Block her down.
A lot of cars.
Incredible save not to spin out, but then unfortunately those behind him just couldn't get slowed down.
They were 4 wide, Mike. They went in here in a big wide and they just can't make it.
20 on the inside, the yellow car.
Oh, the 21 dove in behind him. When he got in behind him, that 78 was on the outside of him, just took the air right off him. He did a great job, but unfortunately Chase Elliott had nowhere to go.
Kurt Busch sliding by.
Kurt Busch, the 19 of Carl Edwards, spins and connects, makes contact with the 24 Chase Elliott. A lot of damage to that 20 car.
Too fast exiting. Check that down one time.
Whoa, there was the leader, David Reagan, and he has slammed the wall in his Ford, bringing out caution again.
Let's see what happens here. That car just gets loose.
It's like we've seen other cars do today, right through that corner.
That's a hard hit. David was able to drive away from there. See if Kevin Harvick holds him off on that outside. I believe he'll be able to do that. Oh, Kyle Busch loses it.
Spins right up in front of Scott Speed, who hammers him hard.
All right, it's killed.
Brendan Gaughan spinning. Justin Allgaier down pit road, the rookie, avoiding the crash.
That was almost what we saw Denny Hamlin do. That car just snapped around.
Kyle Busch, let's show you again what happened here on the inside of the racetrack, inside of Harvick coming in turn 4.
And you can see he got that left front tire down on the white line there, and that'll make the car turn just a little bit better, and that just got him loose. He lost the aero because the car was on the outside of
the racetrack for Kyle Busch, and that was second a couple of years ago. Otherwise, his average finish is 20th. And that will not help the average.
Got a spin right here on the front stretch.
That's Tracy Hines getting spun around. The traffic behind him looks as though it was going to get through, but then we had another spinner coming through. That's the 12 of Joey Miller, also involved in this. He gets spun around trying to avoid the spinning number 13 of Tracy Hines.
Yeah, he got some contact with another truck, too.
If it's because of low air pressure right there when he got spun.
There's another view. That's after the contact, if there was some. Sometimes, so if the tire came off, Tracy may have backed out of the throttle, and that may have caused the contact, if there was any contact.
Yes.
Tracy's already around. He makes some pretty hard contact with the outside wall. Joey Miller got turned around.
Spots to see who's going to get their shot at winning tonight, and for the second time, and that's a big hit for the 34 of Jesse Awuji.
We were just talking during the commercial break, Michael and I, and we've been watching everyone's time. At least 2.5, 3/10 of a second of speed gone out of this racetrack since qualifying, and it's obviously grip.
Yes, it is. And
got loose entering the corner and collected Dale Earnhardt Jr. in a big way.
That was a hard lick. It really was. And Jr. just tried to move up a little too quickly and caught the back of Vickers' car.